Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle and today's book review is going to be a little different. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few books that I've read so far in January 2022, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys like this sort of content, then make sure you let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to hear your feedback. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that like button. And let's get into this book review. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about is 3 Keys, the one I showed in my last book review from the sneak peek, and it's called 3 Keys. It's by Kelly Yang, and Kelly Yang is such an amazing author. If you guys haven't heard of Front Desk, you guys need to read that book. It's so good, and if you guys would like me to review that book, then make sure you let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys. But enough about that. 3 Keys is a fantastic book, and it is the sequel to Front Desk. And 3 Keys is a very important and inclusive book, and Kelly Yang did a great job of capturing every single emotion and feeling in this book, and I really liked it. And I'm going to read the description really quickly. Mia Tang thinks she's going to have the best year ever. She and her parents are the proud owners of the Cala Vista Motel. She gets to run the front desk with her best friend Lupe, and she's finally getting somewhere with her writing. But as it turns out, 6th grade is no picnic. 1. Mia's new teacher doesn't think her writing is all that great. 2. The motel is struggling, and Mia has to answer the Cala Vista's many worried investors. 3. The immigration law is looming, and if it passes, it'll threaten everything and everyone in Mia's life. It's a roller coaster of challenges, and Mia needs all of her determination to hang on tight. But if anyone can find the key to getting through turbulent times, it's Mia Tang. So Mia Tang is the main protagonist of this book, and Mia Tang is such a nice person, and she's very inclusive, she has very strong opinions, and she is a fantastic writer, or so she is mostly sure about. But suddenly insecurity comes rushing in when her new teacher doesn't really like her writing. And she's really disappointed about it because her old teacher was loving her writing, and all of a sudden she's come to 6th grade and now this teacher is not really approving of her writing, and she thinks that she can improve on it. Mia Tang is struggling with her grades all because of her writing, and she's starting to get like C's and D's on her writing, and it's really horrible, and she feels really bad because she feels that writing is a skill of hers, but now she's not so sure anymore. And now the Cala Vista Motel that she and her parents own is not doing very well because they're trying to invest, and she's having to consult with many investors, and nothing's really working out. And then there's this immigration law, and if it passes, then all of the undocumented people in the U.S. will not be able to go to school, and that's really bad. And Mia Tang, later in this book, she finds out that her best friend Lupe, as it mentioned in the description, her best friend Lupe is undocumented. So if this law passes through, then Lupe isn't going to be able to go to school anymore. Mia is not going to be able to talk to her. And one day, Lupe's dad, her mom visits someone like a little far away, and she hasn't come back in a while, and this law is literally about to pass. And Lupe's dad gets worried and decides to go in the direction of where Lupe's mom went to check on her and to bring her home safely. And over there, the officers find out that he is undocumented, and then he goes to jail, and this law passes, and everything is really bad. And so Mia Tang is trying to stop this law from passing, and this entire book is just an entire roller coaster of emotions, and it's a really great book, and I definitely recommend it to all of you. Those of you who have read Front Desk, you guys know that Kelly Yang is just a great author, and that this series is really great. So yeah, that's what I have to say about 3 Keys. So that's just one of the many books I'm going to be reviewing today, and here's one last look at it. Okay, so now for the next book, and it is called Unfriended by Rachel Vale. This book is told from many different perspectives, which I know some people aren't really comfortable reading those kinds of books because it can be kind of hard to keep track of every single character. So if this kind of book is not for you, it's totally okay, but you should tune in to listen to what happens in this book anyways. So as I said, it's told from many different perspectives, and perspectives of people in this friend group. And it's not just any friend group, it's the popular friend group. And the person that this entire narrative starts from is this girl, and she's really nice. She has a best friend, and her life seems like it couldn't get any better when her old best friend, comes up to her and asks her if she wants to sit with the popular group. And she's really surprised, but she kind of leaves her best friend there to go join this popular group. And this happens a lot during friendships. People see another opportunity to join another friend group, and sometimes they forget about their old friends and they don't really manage all of their friendships very well. That's what's happening here, and her best friend is now upset with her, but she's a part of the popular girl group. She's made many new friends, but here's the thing, nobody really knows anything about each other, and there's something big going on that the girl really can't tell, and there are so many secrets being hidden. Nothing in this popular girl group is like true. Like, everything that they're saying is fake, everything is not true, and this girl is confused about all of it because she's new to this friend group. She doesn't know how to act. She doesn't know what to say. She's just trying to fit in. And they're all keeping secrets from her. They're all actually inviting her to this table for a very important reason. And I'm not going to spoil that for you guys. But this book is, as I said, is told from many different perspectives, both girls and boys. And I think this book was pretty interesting. It was kind of like this whole relatable book where like everybody goes through that one phase where they want to be a part of the popular friend group, and they think that all of those girls are really cool, and sometimes there are insecurities, sometimes we have perceptions about these people, and this book has it all, and I really think that this book is good for everyone, unless you don't like reading books with like many different perspectives on it, because it can be hard to keep track of every single person's tree. But here's one more look at it. Again, it's called Unfriended by Rachel Vale. So yeah, and the third book that I'm going to share with you guys is called Roll, and it's by Darcy Miller. And this book is a very interesting book, and I'm going to read the description of it. Lauren, but call him Ren, pretty please, Hall, is pretty sure of a few things in life. Moving stinks, even if it's only 8 miles. Running cross country also stinks, though it's the one thing Ren and his dad have in common. Comic books don't stink, unless they're vintage, then they might stink. Literally. Birds are definitely not supposed to be falling from the sky. Ren is really sure about that last one, but just as he's starting to worry about the avian flu and or the pesticide poisoning, he realizes that the birds are plummeting toward the ground on purpose. Turns out they're Birmingham roller pigeons, and his new neighbor Sutton is training them for a competition. Sure, it's strange, but it's also perfect timing since Ren's best and only friend Aiden has picked this summer to start playing basketball with the popular kids. Sutton is dealing with her own loneliness as well. When Ren starts training pigeons with her instead of training for the cross-country team, he discovers how to be a real-life superhero. Roll is hilariously funny and a poignant novel from Darcy Miller, a fresh new voice in children's literature. That's the description of this book. And as you can see, there's some humor in this book, and I really like this book, to be honest. I think that it involves everything as well, and as you guys can see, a lot of these books have something to do with friendship, and there are a lot of things that can happen in friendships, and friendships can be complicated, but they don't always have to be. Sometimes we drift apart from friends, and that is okay, and that's what happens in this book, and when you drift apart from friends, you're going to find new ones, and it's okay because you both move on, and you've both grown up, and you both are still evolving, and people change all the time, and that is totally normal. And as you can see, Ren, or he prefers Lauren, who prefers to be called Ren, has recently lost his old best friend, Aiden. And Aiden and Ren were like best friends ever. They've been like friends since they were babies. And suddenly, after one summer, when Ren moves 8 miles away, just as he mentioned, it really stinks because he can't really hang out with Aiden because he's busy moving. He is really far away. 8 miles is kind of a far distance to walk because they're kind of living on farmland now. And what happens is they drift away, and Aiden is making new friends. Aiden is kind of changing, and Aiden is kind of friends with the kind of cool kids. And so Ren is left in this weird position where he's not really sure what's happening because he doesn't really know what happened or when Aiden and Ren drifted away. And he's not really sure how to fix this problem. He's not really sure if he should talk to Aiden more. He just doesn't know how to solve it, and it's kind of hurting him a little seeing Aiden move on and kind of disregard him in a weird way. And Ren meets his neighbor, his new neighbor, Sutton. And Sutton's dad is in the hospital, and it's really unfortunate because she's kind of lonely because her mom is always going to the hospital. And so she and her dad used to be training these pigeons together for this competition. And she's carried on doing it after her dad went to the hospital because it's a very special thing to her. So she's continuing training the pigeons. And then Ren comes in one day. He's running, training for cross country because he wants to be like his dad. He kind of wants to live up to his dad's expectations. And I think that is really relatable because sometimes we're living up to people's expectations and we're not living up to them for ourselves. And you're kind of shaping yourself to be someone for someone else. And that is not good. You should always do things for yourself, unless obviously it's like a gift. Like I mean it in an evolving way. So that's what's happening in this book. And like I said, he's training for cross country, and he sees Sutton training these pigeons because he's noticing the pigeons falling and rolling continuously, purposely. And he meets Sutton, and they become really good friends in this book. And throughout this entire book, all of these problems are circling. He stops training for cross country because when he leaves the house to train, he lies about it, and he goes to visit Sutton instead. And it's really bad because all of these lies are catching up to him. His friendship is catching up to him, and he's just in a really weird place. And I think that everyone has been there before. Everyone will be there, no doubt. And I think this book is just amazing, and I recommend it to all of you. Again, Roll by Darcy Miller. And now, last but not least, we have So Done by Paula Chase. This book is a lot like Unfriended, kind of like Roll, and again, the friendship team, except now more than ever. And again, with the same sort of theme where friends can drift away, friends will evolve, and sometimes over summer break, a lot of our friends change, a lot of our friends get a new style, a lot of our friends just change and evolve, and sometimes we're not used to that. And this book mirrors that perfectly. So there are two girls in this book, as you saw on the front cover, and both of them are best friends, or have been best friends for the longest time ever. And one summer, one of the girls leaves. They visit their aunt's house, and they stay there for the entire summer. And they stay there for a reason. They actually are not visiting their aunt for of course she wanted to see her aunt, but she also went there for the entire summer break for another reason. And when she comes back home to their hometown, she kind of wants to move there. And it's all because of this one incident, and the other best friend, she's not really sure what's happening. She's always stuck inside, and then there are two other girls in their friend group, and obviously she's not as close with them, and those two are best friends, and there are ups and downs about them. And so she's kind of stuck inside all summer, not really sure what to do because her best friend is gone, and she's just really chatting with everyone. And her best friend is kind of changing. She's just not really so into her old best friend anymore. She is making new friends. She was talking to someone that her friend liked, and she didn't tell her friend about it because she didn't want her friend to be hurt or to be mad. And I think that every single friend will have something about them that not all of us like. And again, this book highlights that perfectly, how one of the girls is just really, she just blurts out whatever she feels or thinks. And some people are like that, and this girl is one of those people. And her best friend is used to that, and now all of a sudden she's not really liking that, and she doesn't really want to deal with that anymore. So again, with the whole theme of evolving, changing, separating, and it's just normal, and I want everyone to know that. These are the 4 books that I've shown you guys, and here's one more look at So Done. And by the way, it says they had always been best friends until that summer, so if that tells you anything, yeah. But here's one more look at it, So Done by Paula Chase. If you guys want to get any of these books, then make sure you check out the description box below, where I will have linked all of the links for Amazon, Google Books, and Barnes & Nobles. As you can see, throughout all of the 4 books that I've shared with you guys, there's a common theme: friendship, and friendships can be complicated, but they don't have to be. And I think I'm going to leave you guys on that note for these books. And if you guys want me to review any books, then make sure you let me know in the comments down below, and I will gladly review those books for you guys. That is going to be all for this book review, but as you guys know, I have a sneak peek to my book reviews where I show you guys what the next book I'm going to be reviewing looks like, and it's called Blue Crownie. It's a green glass house story, and it's by Kate Milford. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing that book review, and again, I post every Sunday, so make sure you have your notification bell on, and make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe as well. I love you guys so much, and make sure that you have a great day, and make sure you're starting 2022 off on a positive note, and I hope this video was helpful and fun for you guys. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!